Hello, my name is Jennifer and welcome to part 11 of my look at jungle adventures. And if you are returning, welcome back. And in this part, we're going to start at home where both Mason and Joel are working on their archaeology aspiration. They are both working on the find and authenticate 5 excellent quality artifacts because they both have reached or exceeded level 7 of the archaeology skill, and they have also both established 3 excavation sites, which of course that part had to be done in Selva Dorada. And right now we have Joel on what will hopefully be the 5th one, but there is a bit of randomness to it. They're not all excellent quality, and some of them are even fakes, so they don't count, of course, either. Whereas Joel has done, I believe it is, oh, I swapped him over, I better swap him back again. He was disciplining the dog because the dog was barking, so I thought that was a good time to try and get that part of it done. So it was a good thing I looked at him because he's done 2 of the 5 so far and is working on 1, but his fun is low, so I have him set to do some blick block on the computer to get his fun up once he is finished with the one he is doing. But really it's Joel that I'm working, it's Mason I'm working on. And speaking of which, Mason, actually all 3 of these Sims are from my RTC, the Parenthood Years Let's Play, though they weren't major characters in it. They weren't they weren't directly in the family, though Mason is the younger brother of my main Sim, Andi, and he also made an appearance in, did he finish that? No, it's unauthenticated, so he still has to authenticate it. He made an appearance in my Runaway Teen, because Andi was my Runaway Teen and my Runaway Teen in the City Let's Play also. But he came along a little bit later. They're half siblings. So that's going to be the beginning of this part, and I'll probably play a little bit off camera through the week, because it is only Tuesday, and then take them back to Selva Dorada, hopefully. But to be honest, a lot of this archaeology scholar aspiration, once you've done the established 3 excavation sites, you can do this anywhere. You do not need to be in Selva Dorada, because the as long as you have the items in your inventory, you can find and authenticate the 5 excellent quality artifacts anywhere. And then the next stage, as a sneak peek, he has a lot of points. He also has a lot of traits, so he doesn't really need them for very much, but they're just sitting there accumulating because I like to aspiration swap, and also I like to get whims, so I tend to build them up pretty significantly. And he has, I have played him since he was a toddler, and he on a long lifespan. Not fully long, because I tend to age them up before the long lifespan ends, especially at the toddler, child, and teen stage. They stay at those not for a long lifespan, but longer than normal, but it gives them lots of time to get lots of aspiration points. So I'm not actually selecting a new aspiration. What I'm going in here is just to see what the 4th tier is. So you have to achieve level 10 of archaeology skill, which of course you can do in Selva Dorada by digging and whatnot, but you can also do it by, trying to authenticate or uncover artifacts, so you get it that way too. So I think he is already at level 10. We'll find out whenever it gets to that part, or I can look at his skills. He has to write a good archaeology skill book, and he has to give a successful archaeology lecture. So those 3 can really be done anywhere. You do not need to be in Selva Dorada to finish them. But Mason does have to work, so he's not going to be around, and I will cut that part out when he goes to work. And but I may not, because I will probably just stay with Joel and have him continue to work on his part of it a little bit. But did we get that? Nope, that was not a good quality one. It is poor. Not that you can only tell by looking at it. So let me throw that into his inventory. Whether he's going to have time to get another one done before he goes to work, I don't really know, because he goes to work, I believe it is at 10, and that's his skills. And there you go, he has maxed his archaeology, which is what I thought had happened, and he does work at 10. And there's their little doggy. They adopted him, so his little outfit came his. I think he's a he. I think Cody's a boy, if I remember correctly. And there's Chloe coming out. to chat with Mason. Mason actually wants to ask Chloe about her day, so he can probably do that while he is... Oh, look, we can discuss ancient history. I can't remember if that's from the archaeology skill or if that's from the Salvadoradian culture skill. And there's no point doing the archaeology lecture until we get to that level, of course. So we're going to ask her about her day. Are you going and looking and sniffing around there, Cody? So Joel determined that it was genuine, but whether it was good quality is a different matter. It is excellent. So he will be at level... He has done 3 of his 5 now. So I'll let I'll let Mason go through with this. Let's try and go fast. It would be nice if he could tick that one off. And I will have Joel work on doing that a bit more today when he is finished getting his fun up. I'm just curious. So she is actually off today, so she doesn't have to go to work. And her needs are decent. I'll get that out of the way. So we'll be with them a little bit. I don't know where she actually is in terms... I was having her try and do her masterpieces for her painter extraordinaire, but she's not having much luck with that. She's not getting very many masterpieces. I'm curious where she is on her archaeology scholar. So she could do some of this herself, but how much she has in her inventory is a different matter, because I don't know that she's dug. She got 1 there, 2. She got quite a few, so she could work on it a bit herself today. So, what I notice when they finish the archaeology scholar, I've done it, is they get this museum patron. It tells you right here, and they like museums, but they also can donate things to the museum that they find, and then they get happy moodlet that I think lasts for about a day. We'll see it when we get to it. Now their work starts for Mason in about an hour. She wants to upgrade a dryer. So I don't know how much luck he's going to have getting this finished, because he hasn't even finished uncovering it. So I think what we'll do is I'll be back when something else is going on, because Mason's going to go to work. Joel is trying to get... Oh, here we go. Here's what happens. Hearing of Joel's archaeological renown, the Artifacts Association is sending over some artifacts and requesting help in identifying their origins. They're promising a huge financial incentive in return for Joel's help. So hopefully we'll get that in the mail today, and then I can show you how that works. I can't remember. I doubt that we've done that in this Let's Play before, but it is quite lucrative, I have to say. But it does it's random as to what money you get after you've done it. So I will be back. Well, Mason has gone to work, and we did get the mail, so there should be something in there for Joel to uncover now, and it will be an actual artifact and not a dirt clump, and it should be at the bottom. So we're going to... And you can actually prohibit it so that you don't get it, but I don't know why you would do that. I'm just going to actually have him, since he's coming over here, I'm going to have him license some songs to make a little bit of money, and then he's going to get some mail. And we will take a look and see it in our inventory. I do have Chloe over there doing some extracting and then authenticating. She's still on the extracting stage. So there he's got some little bit of money, not that they really need it. But the bills are probably through the roof on this place, because they also have all the collectibles in there. So there he's got his mail. So we are going to take him over here, because he has his table set up over here where he had an excellent one. So he is at 3 of 4, and we are going to... I think that's the one I just put in. How come he has so many? Was there a bunch in the inventory? I wonder if we got a few. We'll take this one, and hopefully it's one that was sent by them. We're going to authenticate artifact. So I think the reason they're saying you can't send it away is that this is indicating that that is the one that they've been sent it to use. So, but he has like a bunch, and I know this one here, it is authenticated, and we've already done it. That's unauthenticated, and it's Discoverer Joel Wakefield. See, that's saying Joel too, so we'll see. It might have also said, see, it does say, so I think because he got it out of the mail, that's why he got it. So we are going to, I'm going to get him through that. And Chloe, how are you doing? You actually have it now? So it's a vase and it's unauthenticated. So she is working on that. And while she was working, she went from 6 to 7 because she was actually at the high 6s. So she's now, 7. And she is, hopefully this will be excellent. I thought I noticed that when they're higher skilled, they're more likely to be excellent. But as I believe I may have mentioned in the previous part, I have had problems where I had one sim, he had maxed archaeology skill, and it took him, I don't know how many of these to do before he finally got 5. It took him a very long time to get them. And what is Kaden doing? Oh, he's playing with the dog, or talking to the doggy. He's imitating Cody. Can we hug? I don't know if we can because he's on the couch, or the love seat. It's a kind of a ridiculous outfit he has on. I probably should change it, but I haven't yet. Do you have to go potty, Cody? You can go, though of course because we don't have roofs on the patio, you go right on the patio. Not in the yard. We're gonna pet. So we found out that that was genuine, and now whether it was genuine and good, it's poor. So it didn't count for her. So we're gonna put that back in our inventory. You can see it doesn't look very good, to be honest. It's all full of, oops, I didn't mean to move that. But that didn't seem to interrupt. I see cars going by out the window. Are you sick? You're showing signs of sickness, but you're not actually sick. We're gonna have you uncover another one, but I'm really here is just to check with Joel. So he looks like he's almost done, so we will see what happens when he finishes this particular item. Hopefully it won't take very long. So he has, what is he? No, it's dirty out here. So it's genuine, but it is common. So stoneware, omniscient vase from the Artifacts Association. Okay, so now what you go is you can mail back the artifact, and then you'll see that we got 4,008 simoleons for doing that. So you can make a lot of money with that, but you do have to wait for them to bring them in. Now what I'm curious is if any of these other ones were also from, oops. Didn't mean. Did you really just discover Kaden is an alien? He's not like he's got a disguise on, so I would think it would be pretty obvious that he's an alien. So I'm just gonna try this. So it says unauthenticated omniscient. No, so we can send that one away. So it's obviously not from them, whereas the other ones you couldn't. So I'm going to keep having him work on authenticating artifacts to see whether we can find and authenticate, these last 2. And I will be back, when he's maybe, hopefully on his, about to finish his 5th one. But it does take a while, so we may not get there. Well, Mason is home from work, and he got his pay, and he's at the top of the career, so he can't really get much more other than they sometimes do get kind of promotions where they're plus and they get bonuses and pay increases. That didn't happen, but it doesn't really matter. But we did get some interest, which is why they have so much income, so much more money than they had before, because I think Joel got 23,000, almost 24,000 there of interest income. Poor Chloe has just gotten sick, so she's full of spots from it, and I have to go. I did order her some medicine on the computer. There it is. So I'm going to have her take that medicine. She did manage to authenticate 2 artifacts, but they were both poor quality, whereas Joel, looks like, what is he doing? Is he going to go play My Sims? Do you need to? Yeah, you could do a little bit of fun. I have the walls up. So he got this one, which was excellent, and then I just had him authenticate it, and that works. You don't actually have to do the uncover and authenticate. So that worked well enough. And I'm going to have Mason, once he gets his fun up, because he came home with his fun red. Not orangey red, so it was pretty low, so he needs to get his fun up a little bit, so I figured I would let him play a little bit on the computer when he got home. And I was going to say that looks a bit funny, but that's because we've got that in with the My Sims trophy, so it looks a bit odd. So I'm going to actually also have him rally the troops one more time. And you probably should stop that, because you want to take... Oh, you're not sick anymore. Don't take your medicine. You're going to get all dazed. Are you dazed, or is it still recognizing that you're sick? Okay, good. Sometimes I notice that if they take the medicine and they don't have the mood lap from being sick, then they get dazed. But I guess that's not happening in this case, because she no longer had the mood light, and she also didn't have the spots, I don't think, when she took the medicine. But I find sometimes the mood light goes away and they still are sick, and sometimes when they take the medicine it doesn't make them better, they're still sick. So she's busy with that one. Will she have any luck? That's the question. Will that actually become her first quality one? It's genuine, but it's poor. She's not having much luck, our Chloe. I have to say, why don't we just try authenticating and seeing if that helps you any better than it did before. And how about you? Are you Mason? You're good, so we're gonna let you stop playing your game. I didn't actually have him do a tournament on purpose, because you can't. Well, you can cancel them, but the problem with canceling them is that they you pay and you don't win, but you also don't have the chance of a sad moodlet either, because that can happen. So let's check in on Joel. Is he having any luck? Joel, I think, needs to get his writing skill up. The other two have pretty good writing skill, but he's just essentially just started the writing skill. So I think in order to make sure that the book is good, I would expect he should have a higher writing skill than just starting out. The other Mason has maxed his writing skill, because of course as teens they can write in their journal and they can get their writing skill up from that. Kids, of course, can write in their journal too, but they just get creativity skill. And once they max their creativity skill, they don't get any skill gain from writing in their journal. So I tend to usually have them learn an instrument so they can play with emotions, so they can at least build the instrument skill when they're still kids, and have them write in their journal more likely when they become a teen, so then they can work on both their emotional control and their writing skill. Because there seems no point to be... Oh, there we go. He finished it. So he has reached level 10, as I had said. He has to write a good archaeology skill book and give a successful archaeology lecture. And there you go. There's his fifth excellent artifact that he's uncovered. I'm going to stick those in his inventory. These chests over here are already getting pretty full. I guess there's room a little bit here for some things, for something else. But not a lot of room, I have to say, so we can put that there. If you have smaller things, you can put 3 beside each other, but if they're a little bit bigger, you can only put 1. So there is room for something here, but I was kind of planning on putting something else from space there. So how about Mason? Oh, he's sick. And I don't know, did he finish that? He did too, so they're both on the final. I don't know how he got to the max of his comedy skill, but let me see, does he have any medicine in his inventory? Or if he does, I can't find it, so I'm going to order it, and then I will look more closely because I'll know that it's definitely there. So I'm going to go order, purchase a medicine. I will get him a couple in case they get sick when they're on vacation. Probably should have done the same with Chloe. Take the medicine. As a scientist, he has the cloning machine and you can clone the medicine, but it takes time to clone, so it doesn't seem worth it because of the fact that they are so we can put that in his inventory. She's level 9 of archaeology, and I don't know whether we can find someone at least to try and get this successful archaeology lecture done. Is there anyone wandering around? Vlad, which I don't think we know him because there's no green. I don't really want to introduce myself to him. We'll introduce ourselves to Edmund Hartley and see whether or not we have any luck giving him a have a successful archaeology lecture so that we can finish that. And Joel, why don't you actually do some writing? I don't know that there's any point in writing this book, but I guess it doesn't hurt. Write skill book, we'll write him. We'll have him write that archaeology, and if it works, it works, but either way, it'll give him some skill. So we have introduced ourselves. I don't know what his... Can you dig it? We're going to give an archaeology lecture to Edmund, and we will see whether or not... I'm just curious what his traits. He's materialistic, squeamish, and cheerful. So let's see whether we can at least get this, give a successful archaeology lecture before the end of this part. Oh, I should check in on Kaden. I'm guessing, oh, he's hungry. He's got to go to the potty. I'm going to put the walls up and cut away. Why don't you eat a carrot, since that's in your inventory. And actually, why don't you eat this grilled cheese ready to eat? They seem like they would be handy and quick for toddlers. I'm curious how well it fills their... Oh, he's going to go to the bathroom on his own. Did he go to sleep on his own? Or because he was in his bed? I kind of want to... Hopefully he's okay. I want to go check in on Mason because he's giving this lecture, and that's what we're trying to finish on. He looks like he's got all he needs to look after himself. Oh, there, Vlad is actually at our door, I see. Go away, Vlad. Do you not see all the garlic? That means we don't want you. So, how is our lecture going? And we met. Do we know him? Yeah. So Joel got level 2 of... So let's see. He's leaving. We didn't get a successful lecture. Where are you going? Are you going into our house, or are you going to leave? No, you're going into our house. Well, we were trying to talk to you. So, okay, well, we didn't have any luck with that. We can tell a crowd-pleasing story. Okay, I guess that's because we maxed our... Because that looks like it's from the comedy skill. Interesting. That's not really what we're about right now. We're going to try this one again. Let's see if we can try it with both of them. Maybe not. Maybe we'll just try it with Marcus. Or maybe we'll leave that for the next part, because this part has gone on long enough. Because it would be nice if before, since we don't need to do these things in Salvador, if we can just finish the archaeology aspiration while we're at home, especially because Mason has to work. But we're going to leave it there. We did make some progress. We're on the 4th tier of the archaeology scholar aspiration for both Mason and Joel. So we're now working on the giving a successful archaeology lecture, which we didn't seem to have any success the first time we tried it, and of course writing a good archaeology skill book. But that's it for this part. Thanks very much for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye! This has been Jennifer. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below. I'd love to see them. If you liked the video, please leave a like. And if you'd like to see more videos of challenge, let's plays, tutorials, and occasional speed builds, please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thanks very much.